Hello. The game just crashed. That's just great. It's only like 5 minutes into that run, but I don't know why the hell it crashed. When is the stream? You need to tell me when it is, so I don't know. Past couple days, I haven't been streaming. There's nothing like really wrong with me. It's just I had a really bad relapse with my acid reflux. I'm getting meds for it tomorrow. But it's made my throat scratchy, and I also had a really bad anxiety attack yesterday. Not yesterday, but the day before. That's why I haven't been streaming. I feel good enough mentally that I can stream right now, but it's been rough for me. I've been working on this channel a hell of a lot less, which is something I really needed to do anyway. Less work on this, more other stuff. Well, schedule of streams. I mean, look at that on my phone so this game doesn't crash again. Hold on, let me see this. Well, Capcom's gonna have nothing. It's just gonna be Monster Hunter. I don't care about that series. I'll watch the Namco one. I'll watch that one. Koei Tecmo special program. I'll watch that. Gala 15 stream, I don't really care about that. That's today, actually. I don't really care, though. I don't think I'd bother streaming most of this, honestly. It's just gonna be me saying I don't like the games, and it's like, I'd better off just watching that yourself. I don't want to be too negative, so... A lot of these are at like ass o'clock for me too, so it would have to be something special for me to stay up until that time. I might do a couple of these. Yeah. I think they already announced the stuff that they're going to be doing for Capcom, and it's like all just Monster Hunter, and I don't care about that. So we're not going to shadow drop up a Sara game. It's just going to be a bunch of Monster Hunter, and I'm not interested. So that's all they make anymore. Is that. And I think it's going to be Monster Hunter and Resident Evil, like my least favorite Capcom franchises. It's not going to be any Mega Man or Sara or anything. There is one thing they might have, which is DMC5 Special Edition coming to PC. There's a chance that that might happen, because the game is being updated on Steam. They have like a beta branch, private branch going. That would be nice, because the Legendary Dark Knight mode is very unstable. It's basically like messing with the engine to make it spawn more enemies, but through a mod instead of like actual official. So the fact that it works as well as it did is pretty impressive, but it would be nice to have it official. Even though that would also break a lot of the mods. A lot of the mods would stop working. They'd have to be updated. And I think that would be the best outcome for everybody that still plays it. I'll tell you one thing, it sure as hell is not fair that we bought the damn game first, and we don't get access to that stuff. And we have the hardware to run it, too. That's what's worse about it. I can understand why they don't put it on last gen, because those consoles can barely run the game as it is, but never should have been exclusive. I wonder if it was like a paid exclusive. It might have been. They might have gotten money added to make it exclusive. Didn't they just put out an Ace Attorney game like a couple weeks ago? Why would there be another one so soon? Is that like a port of an old game or something? I don't know anything about that series. But they just put out an Ace Attorney game like not that long ago. Why would there be another one? Unless that game's like a port or something. That seems highly unlikely. I mean, it doesn't really cost anything to make those games, because it's mostly just, like, still images and voice acting. I mean, it's not, like, that far-fetched that they would make another one, but I don't really think they need to. Especially with something that's, I mean, it really doesn't have any gameplay, it's really just mostly story. I don't think they want to rush them out too much. I'm glad that game got ported, though. Actually, I think the one that just came out is a port. I think expectations for this event should be tempered. It would be nice if they give people what they want, but I just don't see it happening. I would rather have nothing than something like Tales of Arise, where it's like the quality of the game is... Regardless whether you like the gameplay, the quality of that game at the beginning is like was really good. But then you get to the end and it's painfully obvious that they rushed it out, and the last like probably year of development was in COVID lockdown times, working remotely and stuff. Like, I'd rather not see the game now than have more of that. The quality of that game just drops off a cliff. It's painfully obvious they had, you know, development hell problems with it. Like, they had done a decent chunk of the game, you know, before the pandemic, but they still tried to release it. The game is clearly not done. I don't really want to be seeing anything that's going to be anything like that game. Give me a consistent quality. That's what's really holding back game announcements right now. Is a lot of stuff was planned to come out, but, you know, it's not done. And the pandemic has really fucked with making large projects and stuff. It's like there are exciting games coming. There actually is going to be a reason to own, like, a new console in the somewhat near future. It's just not right now. I think the people in charge are actually making relatively good calls and not announcing things when it's barely anything has been done on it. Which was the problem with Bayonetta 3. You look at that game, they're still working on it. It makes it painfully obvious that when they announced it, they had basically gotten the green light to make it, and they made that cutscene. And they probably had, like, some basic concept art done. And, like, literally nothing else. I don't want any more of that, really. Show me the game when it's actually close to being done. Because that's one thing everybody agrees with that game is whether you like it or not, like the quality just takes a massive dump. I think a lot of stuff is close to being ready, but they're still not at a point where they can like give a release date for it, and they don't want to. They don't want to give you a 2023 release date when we're still in 2021. Which is something I get annoyed with, too. It's like, okay, I'm glad that this exists, but I'm not going to be playing it for like a year and a half or more. DNF Duel? Yeah, I forgot about that game. That game's been vaporware. What's up, Espada? How you doing? Just chilling. I haven't played this in a couple months. They've updated it like twice. They're doing another update, so figured I'd play this for now. Alright, I got my little thing up showing the best stuff to get, so I'm trying to like learn how the builds work in this game. I did a couple months ago, but I didn't play it, so I'm playing it now. Giving me a bunch of junk. Yeah, well, have to wait till next time. Let's try to grab more skulls. Yeah, they're trying to do like another balance pass on this because, like most video games, the slow classes you get in this are pretty useless. They're good in like the first half, but in the second half they're they're useless because they can't dash very fast. And they have a lot of recovery, so you take a lot of damage. They're basically trying to do like a balanced pass so that more of the classes they made at the beginning of the game when they were originally working on it are actually useful. Just like any gameplay, you know, combat like game like this, usually they get better at making movesets as after they've been working on it for a while. And a lot of the new ones are way better. They've been really good at listening to feedback with this. It's just this game has beautiful pixel art, so it's not easy for them to fix shit. I think this game has some of the most beautiful pixel art I've seen in a long time. And I play a lot of games that look like this. And it's a nightmare. This game is made by a small team. It's a nightmare for them to do balance passes and stuff because they have to make all this pixel art. They don't have the luxury of 3D models or like skeletal animation. Like that Steel Assault game is getting like Strider 2 reviews because you can beat it in an hour, and it's like, well, the game has beautiful pixel art. And it's designed to be replayable. It's not designed to be like a typical modern game with lots of grinding and stuff. One legitimate criticism with that game, though, is apparently it has like no unlockables at all. Which I think is something you really need to sell an arcade game to, like, a modern gamer. People are saying it's like an hour run, like, if you die multiple times. I'm sure that's something they'll probably work on in the future, though. That's probably when I'd buy that game. Weird that they kind of dropped the ball on that one. That's something that they've been doing for arcade games for like 20 years. Good example is Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. Skull the Hero Slayer. SKUL. Alright, I can get the maxed version of one of these skulls on the next level, because I have 92 bones. I don't really know how to make builds in this game, so I'm kind of like learning how to do it. I don't know like what the best in slot stuff is. I never really got to that point in this game. I'm sure I'll learn as I go. Especially since they're going to make more of the useless characters better. I really like the system they added where you can take a skull from the beginning of the game and use it to the end. I really like that. It's really cool. Really cool idea. They added more stuff to unlock too. That was what was kind of boring about this game, is you maxed out too fast. They added more things to unlock, which is helping. What's this? I like don't want that right now. I don't want that. It's coming a little bit too late. Probably clear the game with that, but I'm not even really trying to finish the game. I'm just unlocking stuff right now. Yeah, I'm not gonna take this. It's giving me a pretty crap selection of stuff. KOF All-Star. Drop rates. I watched someone try to get the new characters on that earlier today, and he got one copy of the character after like spending like thousands of rubies on 2 accounts. I'm like, man, I'm really glad I quit that game. I'm glad I got out when I did. A lot of people are quitting it. The power creep and the crap rates is just a really bad combination. That game was fun while it lasted, but it's just gotten worse and worse. I don't think that guy, I don't think he even spends any money on the game anymore. I think he just plays free. Problem is, it's like impossible to get anything in that game right now if you're free. If you're a free player, you have to pay. Rates are horrendous. Meanwhile, I've spent like maybe 50 bucks on PGR in the past like 3-4 months, and I have a pretty decent account. I'd have more if I spent money, but I don't really feel like I have to. It's just I haven't had the disposable income for service games right now. Pretty much playing them all free. Definitely is weird how they'll flex the fact that you can't, like, get anything in those games without paying, but then, like, even the people that pay are getting tired of playing it because he put out busted characters, like, every month. Either slow down or make the raids better, and more people will stick around. Alright, so which one do I want to enhance? I think I'm just gonna go with the werewolf. So I might get something better. The werewolf is like actually pretty good if you upgrade him. I'm just gonna stick with what I know for now. I haven't played this game in a long time, so it's whatever. I don't know, roguelikes are like pretty difficult to play at the beginning because you have to learn what's good to take and what isn't. Working on a turbo mode for Kingdom Hearts 3, really. Why can't Arise get that love? Fix that game's bad combat. I really don't think that game is gonna get that kind of attention, though. I'd love it if it did, but... not happening, most likely. Kinda want to take this. So it'll help with the bosses. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't seem like I can unlock anything else this run. Oh, never mind, you just give me ninja right away. Well, you know I love ninjas, so yeah. That's an easy choice. Let me scroll up here a second and look at these items I'm supposed to take. Yeah, I actually got a pretty good build for the ninja. Let's see. Might take this. That was a bad decision. I should not have done that. Oh well. Good enough. See, what moves did I get, though? I didn't get the dash. That sucks. Dash is really good. Crowd control. Yeah, the problem is that game needs it. That game desperately needs it. It's definitely the first time in a while I have not wanted to do a Tales New Game Plus. Normally I'm like all about that, but I just don't like the combat, so I don't really see a reason to do it. Yeah, mostly just been cosmetic mods and stuff, which I don't care about. I'm just depressed that game sold so many copies, and they're just gonna make everything like that now. Just armor, and there's no depth to the mechanics. There's nothing to explore. It just plays like everything else. That actually has been a pretty big source of my depression. The game is getting well received for bad decisions. It's just you play something for so long and they turn it into something it's not the same thing anymore. It can be really hard pill to swallow. I've been playing those games for like over half my life. It's a bummer that they have to dumb it down to sell copies. over. I hate this boss. I wish this game was not so hard. I really like the pixel art. The game's just too frustrating. That's why I stopped playing this game. It's like everything takes too long to kill unless you really know the items. I guess it depends on how they buff the crap characters. Yeah, this run's not finishing. No way it's finishing. That's a bummer. 17 short. It's mostly my fault, is I don't know what stuff to take. The difficulty spike when you get to this part, the kingdom, is pretty insane. I just felt like this game is too hard for its own good. I mean, I wish it was more relaxing to play. The next boss is shit, too. The priestess. It's just like you can't, like, dodge most of this stuff. There's too much cooldown on the dashes. I got really bad moves on the ninja too, that's not helping. The dash is really good for this part of the game. You can clear a lot of space. So no one's working on good gameplay mods for Arise? I just don't like Kingdom Hearts that much for Wagre. I really don't. It just feels like button mashing. Like, everything is mapped to the same button. I've never liked that about that series. I don't like how you have, like, very little control over what move you use. I kind of wish they would, like, change that combat. I just tried to do, like, interesting stuff in that, but it just feels like you just keep mashing the attack button. Most of your moves are like magic and stuff. It's like the only thing you can cast on demand. I wish it had more than one attack button. I just watched combo videos for that game, and it looks like you just keep pushing the attack button. I know there's a lot more to it than that, but somebody who's not, like, super into it, when I played that game, that's all I felt like I was doing the entire time. What's up, Dissidia? What's wrong? Did you get, like, banned or something? I didn't ban you. Why would I ban you? What happened? Yeah, I've never liked that about Kingdom Hearts. Everything is just tied to one button. Why are you on PS4? Don't you have a PC? Oh. I know you have a PC. Yeah, making comments on PS4 is something special. I've had to go time without my PC. Yeah, I haven't played Scarlet Nexus yet. I wanted to play that at some point. Yeah, Rise combat sucks. What's better about Scarlet Nexus combat? I only played it for like an hour. I got busy with other stuff. I think this boss is the worst boss in this game. This boss is terrible. Standard annoying, like, flying boss with lots of health. Actually, yeah, I remember hating this boss back when this came out. Summons adds to the other thing that nobody likes. Yeah, I wish this game was, like, less frustrating. It's fun to play, but it's just too frustrating. I really like how it looks and how it plays, but I just get so frustrated playing it. It's too aggravating, and the end is there's just a massive difficulty spike when you get to the 4th level. I just don't like how it's designed. You can't like dodge most of that stuff. You kind of just have to. You have to have a build that lets you kill them fast. You can't dodge much. There's like way too much cooldown on the dashes, but they did say that they're gonna make a lot of the skulls better, which I think is what that game needs. It feels like once you get past the second half, a lot of the classes are like unusable. Like pretty much all the power skulls are trash from what I understand because they can only dash once and it has like over a second of cooldown. By that point you're going to be eating a lot of damage. Hopefully they'll balance that game better. I do enjoy playing it casually, but it's just too frustrating. And it's not like the fun kind of frustrating either. It just feels like you don't have a lot of control over things. It's not designed. The combat's not designed like Dead Cells, which is ironic because the Dead Cells protagonist is in that game. But it's not designed in a way where you can avoid all damage. Like you actually cannot dodge like the vast majority of it. It's kind of weirdly designed. Hopefully they'll find a better balance. I don't think I'm going to bother playing that again anytime soon. I get too frustrated playing it. I've been under a lot of stress the past few days. Yeah, I know it's not a combo game. I don't mind that. I don't need combos to enjoy a combat system. It's nice if it's there, but for me it's mostly the responsiveness and the speed and the depth of it. I don't need everything to be a combo video game. I'm totally fine. I've got plenty of games to play if I want that. It's just Arise didn't really provide either of those things. It didn't have responsiveness, it didn't have speed, and it didn't have depth. That's like just not really a lot to offer for me. Well, that sounds a lot better than being locked in animations all the time and not really having much thought into what you use. What depth is there in that game? Everything has armor. The enemies walk through everything and you can't cancel out of animations. And you have human bosses where you can't even use like most of your moves. I'm glad I've got a backlog of games to play. Yeah, they added a new character. Like, I enjoyed God Eater 3. I liked that game. There's no crazy combos in that game, but the character was really responsive. It's really fun for me to control. I don't require combos to have fun with a video game, contrary to what people may think. It's more like the speed and how responsive it is, and how satisfying it is to control the character. And if there's any depth, and Arise just felt like it didn't have any of those things. It also did not feel like a Tales game. At all. I just don't want them to make every game like that. That's what's giving me a lot of anxiety. Please don't make another Tales game like that game. Put it back to the way it was, or make what's there better. No more 10-second long animations you can't cancel out of. Get rid of that. I'm not the only one that has that opinion towards the game either. It's becoming more common as people finish it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like Tales. I think that's my main problem with it. Just mechanically, there was nothing to explore. Because everything is in hyper armor, so a lot of the fun of the game for me was always exploring how moves connect and stuff. How to get punishes, what are your gap closers and stuff like that, and all that's gone. I don't want to talk about Arise anymore, but I will say one thing. It bothers me how people dismiss the opinions of people that have been playing the series for, like, over a decade. That's what bothers me the most about it. I'm not saying that you automatically have a good opinion because you played something for a long time. That's definitely not true either. But don't dismiss the opinions of people that were around for the entire LMBS era and be like shocked that they don't like the direction it's going, because it's like, it's not Tales. It is a functional game, but it's got a lot of faults. I don't know where they got 9 out of 10 from, like, even if they like the combat. That's the thing about it, is Even the story really falls apart at the end, too, so... You know, if you're the kind of gamer that doesn't really value gameplay as much as people like me, even that part kind of falls apart, too. I've seen tons of posts on the Reddit, people hating the direction the story takes. A lot of the, are you talking about the moves you have to pay for with the DLC? For the melee characters, at least, a lot of them aren't very good because they have too long animations. If that's what you're talking about. And it doesn't excuse the fact that they're charging for moves, but... Laws, for instance, have really long animations, so... Unless something's down that's, like, not safe to use. I don't know, what's happening with Tales right now, it's very similar to what happened with Marvel. When Marvel 3 came out, a lot of the people that played 2 for like 10 years didn't like it. Marvel 3 is a great game, but it's very different from the previous games. And when you put that much time of your life into something, and they completely change it, it's not going to go over well with everybody. A lot of them didn't like that, didn't like X Factor, which I think is a valid complaint with that game, because it's like, on one hand, it does kind of, like, balance the game, because anybody's a threat when you pop level 3 X Factor. But it came at the cost of making comebacks not really feel earned sometimes. You land a crouching light attack, and You just kill them with a base air combo. Not everybody like that, and that's fine. I mean, I was not an expert at Marvel 2 myself, but I did play it for a long time, and I don't know. What little I played of Marvel 3, I definitely didn't like how... I never felt like I actually won when I popped X-Factor and landed a lucky hit. I get that they wanted to make it, like, less hopeless. You know, if you get, like, reset... If you land a couple resets, the other person lands a couple resets on you, and you're down to one character, but... It definitely did make comebacks feel more hollow. They weren't really earned anymore. Now, DMC 5's kind of like that in a way, too, when you think about it. Because people played... went, like, a decade without a new mainline game. They made things more accessible in 5, and some people didn't like that. Hey, thank you. Yeah, but that was something a lot of the that was something a lot of people didn't like about Marvel 3. But, you know, now games are made with, like, sponsors and spectators in mind and stuff, so... It definitely does change how the games are made. No, it's just like you can't like play something well past its intended lifespan. Or in the case of Tales, there never really was like a long hiatus between the games. This is the longest hiatus in Tales history, actually, pretty much. They went 5 years. If you count Vesperia, I mean, it's like half of a new game because we never got any of the PS3 version content. They went 5 years. You can't play something like that long past the intended lifespan and not have strong opinions about it. With Tales, it's mostly just like people don't really seem to want to respect the opinions of people that have been playing it for so long. Well, yeah, Dissidia, but it used to be that comebacks were earned, and the comeback mechanics in the last few like batch of fighting games haven't been as bad as X Factor. I think X Factor was like the worst comeback mechanic in my opinion. I was not an expert at Marvel 3. I mean, I was like slightly above average at it at best, but I never felt like the comebacks were earned. A lot of other games since then have done comeback mechanics better. It's like you still need to work to come back, and it's not like completely hopeless when you get destroyed either. I know Dragon Ball FighterZ added like a new comeback mechanic. Seems like people actually like it. Battle for the Grid's comeback mechanic is like, kind of still have to open up people, and if they hit you before you call the Zord, then like it does nothing. If you block one of the Zord attacks and you put them in like an optimized combo, well, the comeback mechanic's gone. Which I think is an interesting way to do it. Like the Dragon Zord, for instance, can really lock people down. But if you block it and you punish, and you put them in a long combo, then you can say goodbye to it pretty much. Marvel 3 just had bad netcode, so that was worse than the X Factor in my opinion. Yeah, netcode in that game was horrendous. That was definitely a game you needed a good local scene to even remotely enjoy. The game was really fun if you had people to play it with consistently, but you weren't lucky enough to live in an area with a good local scene, then pretty much couldn't play it. I know the way they play that game right now is they play it on Parsec. They rent out Parsec servers to play it. I don't think anybody really plays that seriously on console anymore. Samurai Showdown is the same way. Yeah, I tried to get back into my account, but my authenticator is on my old phone. So I have to charge up my old-ass phone and try to get back into that. I might play that again. I mean, I don't really have anything else to play at the moment. Seems like they fixed some problems I had with the game. Yeah, neither have I. It's been like 6 years since I played that game. That's what happens when, like, literally everything he looked forward to this year, almost all of it, was dumbed down and disappointing. He'd consider going back to DFO. That's the dark times we're in right now. Go back to DFO of all things. No, I'd rather go back to that than play New Genesis. I hate that I'm saying that, but yes, that is true. It does cause me pain to say that, yes. I would rather go back to DFO, decrepit old game like that, than play PSO2 New Genesis or Tales of Arise. It's been a disappointing year for me, gaming-wise. Been the year of let's just dumb games down to the point where they have like just a husk. A hollow husk, and there's like no depth left at all. Well, you're not gonna get much more. I gotta go to my other job soon. I think I'm actually gonna stop after this level. So I gotta get ready to go over there. I will stream more tonight, though. I think I feel good enough mentally that maybe I can stream some more later. I don't know, being broke for like the past 2 weeks is not really helped either. But I mean, that's kind of normal stuff for me. This run's not finishing. I don't know. This year of gaming just makes me really thankful that I have a broad taste in games. I don't just like AAA stuff. I like smaller games, and smaller games have been more entertaining to me lately. What's wrong with the agent? Actually, 30XX got updated too. I haven't really touched that. I'll probably play that more later. Well, that's how DFO is in general. That's how it's been for a while now. It's just not really a beat 'em up anymore. It's been like that for ages. It kind of stopped being a beat 'em up quite a while ago. It used to be like just leveling up in that game was like such a huge undertaking. It was actually challenging and it felt satisfying, but they kind of pushed it towards the normal MMO design now, which is just rush you to the end game where you just have to deal with a fuck ton of gimmicks. But apparently they have a new director on that game, and he's trying to like turn the game around, make it feel less like a job, and make it so that there's more to the game than just doing damage. I just think that those kinds of gameplay elements are too like heavily ingrained into the game as it is. So I don't have a lot of faith that they can fix it. Kind of like New Genesis is. I think it's more likely that New Genesis will shut down than them actually fixing it, as there's too many problems with it. I think the drip feed of content is like not even really the game's problem. That's that's something that you just sign up for when you play a PSO2 game. You sign up for drip feed. There's going to be nothing to do for a long time, and you kind of just have to accept that. And that is not inherently a bad thing. I actually like when I don't have to be super hardcore on a service game. I can make progress at my own pace, and I don't have to play it for like 5 hours a day. I have this channel to run. I have the cats to feed, and that takes up a lot of time. I like not having to be super hardcore sweating on a service game to make any semblance of progress. I don't mind that. It's just that the core gameplay sucks. It's dumbed down, and other elements of the game kind of like make it worse. Final Fantasy 14, like the way they designed that game is the fact that they don't want you to feel like the game is a job. If you have other obligations, gaming or non-gaming, you can leave the game and come back. And that's like the most successful MMO out there right now. It's obviously not a game that I would play because I don't like the combat, but as somebody who's played a lot of service games that start to feel like jobs after a while, I actually think that that's really cool. Like that part of the way New Genesis is designed does not bother me. It's just that the core gameplay is so dumbed down in like every way. That bothers me a lot more. Well, Endgame is where all the money is. The original PSO2 did not have like much at this point either, only being out for like 4 months. It really didn't have that much, and I can say that as somebody who was there since the beginning. Like I played that game like pretty much its entire lifespan. It's just the combat was in a better spot in a lot of ways. Although PSO2 original definitely had a lot of really rough periods in its lifespan. Yeah, but they have their game designed around a way where, you don't have to play it all the time. Which is nice. I mean, that's the whole problem with like gacha games and stuff. It doesn't matter how good they are. You're competing with like every other game on the market. And some of these games are really trying to strong arm you into like only playing them, which is it's not feasible for a number of reasons. People have other interests in games. They have non-gaming shit to do, and there's always going to be the problem of like it doesn't matter how much money your game has, how much budget it has and stuff, and how many staff are working on it. The players are going to run through the content faster than you can make it. So you can't like design your game around people only playing it. I think it's actually better the way that Final Fantasy XIV does it, where they don't want people. They've actually said that they don't want people to play that game nonstop. They want people to feel like they can take a break and step away from it and do other things, be it gaming or non-gaming, and focus on other aspects of their lives, and not have to be on the same game 8 hours a day. Which, I mean, at that point, it is a job. If you're playing it the same amount of time as you would, a normal job, then it really is a job. You might love it, but you're putting as much time into it as a job, and not everybody wants that amount of commitment. Pinnacle of Combat and Punishing Gray Raven, I play both of those like maybe an hour a day, and I make some progress. And that feels really nice to me because it feels like if I stop playing the games, or I at least stop playing them regularly for a while, like it's not like that big of a deal. That was one of the reasons why I quit KOF All Stars, because the power creep in that game is like out of control, and they want you to be on it for longer. That game was a constant on this channel for a long time. I feel bad that I had to make the decision to quit it, but it just wasn't panning out for me. I think they really dropped the ball. Yeah, that's exactly what New Genesis is. It's just dumbed down. There's nothing to it. And all there is in the game right now is fighting. So, I mean, that's a pretty valid complaint. At least with like, Tales games and stuff, some people really like the stories. They like the characters. So, they don't care about the gameplay, which is fine. That's completely valid way to consume video games. But when your game only has combat and it's dumbed down that much, like you can't deny that that's a problem. There's plenty of other games out there that have like a better balance of combat and non-combat activities and components. So it's easier to look past the fact that, some aspects of the game aren't that good. But when all you do is fight, and the fighting is dumbed down tremendously from the original game, and then you kill off the original game completely, you just put it in maintenance mode, which I think was, in retrospect, a really bad idea. They really should have kept it going. They should have kept the old game going for like at least another year, so that you could play them in conjunction, and the usual drip feed problems that PSO2 has always had would have been mitigated at least. But no, they just killed off the original game just overnight, which is not helping. I will say one thing about how PSO2 ended is the fact that they did finish the story, and that's something that barely any service game can say. Most of them cannot say that because service games are a lot like manga. If you have a manga published by Shonen Jump, you have a manga published by Shonen Jump and it's not doing well, they can just send you an email and it's like, hey, well, we're gonna cut you off in 3 months, so you've got to end this shit within 3 months. And how satisfying is that as somebody who's reading it? It sucks. Bleach is a perfect example. Bleach is like a classic fall from grace. It went from being really popular to being really killed off by the filler arc and the anime and stuff, and it just never recovered. So the author just kind of had to end it, and that's pretty much how all service games are. That's why I don't get invested in the story in them. It's either there's like two outcomes with the story in those games. It's like either you're going to be invested in this story for a significant chunk of your life, or it's going to shut down. There's not going to be a good payoff. I hear Tales of Crestoria, like the gameplay in that game sucks. It's just your average run-of-the-mill turn-based gacha, and there's like thousands of those, right? I hear the story is quite good, but they update it so slowly, and the game is not doing well. So it's like you have to wonder, like, is there any reason to read any of this shit? It's like, no, really, realistically, there's not. Because it's far more likely that the game is going to shut down than finish it. At least when you get invested in like an anime or a manga and they do that, it's like at least they're told in advance and they can end it. But with service games and narrative shit, it's like, well, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that luxury like 90% of the time. It's just going to end. Like, hey, the game's shutting down. We're going to do like maybe like one more event, and we're going to make it so you can't spend money on it, and the game's done. That's it. I do like that they did end the PSO2 story. I never bothered with the story myself, but I actually thought that was pretty cool. Like, actually reading all that shit and watching all those cutscenes, whether you like the outcome or not, at least it ended. I've just played enough service games to know that investing in the story is not a wise idea. You're better off just skipping all of it, just playing the game as it is. Oh, the DFO story is basically just Dragon Ball. It's basically just they beat one of the apostles and then another one comes up that's more powerful, so you need to grind. It has the infinite plot set up like Dragon Ball. Like the kind of story that can just go on forever. Like there's no end to it. Hey, thank you. Yeah, unfortunately I have to go very soon. I have to go over to my second job in like 20 minutes. But yeah, thank you. I'll be on later tonight. I have a couple other indie games to check out. Oh, later. Yeah, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done in a few minutes anyway. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later. What is Madness Project Nexus? What is that? Tell me what that is before you go. Let me play as the monk. I don't want to play as this mage. I hate when they like don't let you do anything. You gotta sit through a tutorial. It's like, okay, I've played a video game before. Can we like speed this up? Whatever. How long is this damn tutorial? Oh, it's not even picking it up. So I'm just gonna go. I have to go in like 15 minutes. I'll see you guys later tonight. More indie games. Oh wait, what's this Madness Project Nexus? Let me check this out before I go. I don't have the cash right now, but I'll look at this. Let me see it. I'll look at this before I go. Oh, it has a demo. This looks like mostly shooting. Meh. I can't find anybody talking about the damn combat. I guess I could try the demo. This doesn't look that great though. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I might stream over there actually. I might do that tonight.